Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to go ahead and break down, give a little recap on the UFC Freedom 250 card. And I gotta say, I know people were shitting on this card, but I think most people can agree this is probably the greatest MMA card to have ever happened. The closest I can think of is maybe UFC 300, and that's if you're looking for more, I guess, quantity of fights compared to quality. Because this fight card, oh my God, I could not believe what I was watching. Every single fight, every single one ended in a stoppage. I thought the final fight on the card, Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria, which we'll get to that here in not too long. I thought that fight, as I was watching it, was going to go to decision. But round 4, Ilia quits on the stool. Big Rufus Justin Gaethje gets it done. Pings the little Spaniard himself, Ilia Topuria, with the jab. Hits him with the right. And just batters him up. But we'll get to that here in a little bit. Going to start with breaking down the first fight on the card. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. I myself had it going Diego Lopez before going into it. I figured just Diego was going to win it. I thought he was the overall better striker and better wrestler if needed. But my God, Steve Garcia, for the first round and a half, was putting it on him. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I was watching this and I was thinking, what is wrong with Diego Lopez? Like, I feel like he's usually this sort of like car crash style fighter where he'll sort of crash in, cause a fucking absolute wreck of an interaction between him and the other fighter, and then sort of get out and keep doing that. But the whole time, all he was doing was just getting pressured by Steve Garcia. And I guess that just comes down to the boxing skills of Garcia. You know, he's able to use that little bit of a reach advantage that he had and a little bit of height advantage and sort of just keep Diego Lopez at bay. But that first scrap that they had, because they didn't really get into it until this one major interaction where obviously they were fighting up until this point. But mainly it was Steve Garcia sort of having Diego Lopez on the back foot. He's sort of chasing him around the octagon, pinging him with a jab, throwing out some kicks here or there. And then about halfway into round 2, all of a sudden, they get into this brawl. And you do not want to brawl with Diego Lopez. He slimes him out. It was disgusting. It was like, up until that point, you're kind of thinking, or at least I was thinking, like, oh man, like, this just doesn't feel like a good start to the card. Like, is this going to set the tone for it? Are we just going to have, a bunch of boring decisions? And we were just like building it up way too much and getting too excited about nothing. And then as I'm thinking that, boom, Diego Lopez fucking bombs Steve Garcia. Bro's out on the canvas. Nasty knockout. Diego Lopez gets on top of the cage and he sort of like puts his arms out and spreads out on the fence on top of it and just gets the coldest picture I've ever seen. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you guys can see. I mean, this is just the definition of aura. I feel like you can always count on Diego Lopez coming out and just being an absolute star. Like, I mean, I've been a big fan of this guy for a while, and he just has so much aura. It's insane. I hate to use that word, but I don't think there's any other way to describe it. But yeah, anyways, Diego Lopez, round 2 knockout, absolute killer, slimes out Steve Garcia, who was doing really good up until that point. Great fight, with taking into mind that there was that finish. If there wasn't a finish and Steve Garcia just pitter-pattered for 3 rounds, I would not have enjoyed this fight, I don't think. Like, it was good. It was high-level striking, but the knockout from Diego Lopez really just, like, the comeback that happened there just out of nowhere. It was amazing to see. Anyway, next fight on the card, Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. This fight was going exactly how I thought it was going to go until they were stood up. You have Bo Nickel, within probably the first 30 seconds, he picks up Kyle Dawkins and ragdolls him on the ground, throws him down like he doesn't even fucking belong. And he just mounts him and is there for probably 2 minutes. Bo really isn't chasing the submission, and I think that's mainly due to Kyle Dawkins just being, somewhat intelligent on the ground. Bo's getting in some little elbows, some short little shots here or there. The ref decided, though, we are not having a boring smudge fight on the White House. And Steve Herzog, the fucking GOAT, stands it up. And 30 seconds later, maybe not even, Bo Nickel throws a front kick, sort of rocks Kyle Dawkins a little bit. It just sort of like grazes the side of his head. Like it makes contact, but it's not flush. And Bo follows up and just knocks him out. And Kyle Dawkins, almost just gave up. Like that was it. Like he didn't even, I'm sure, Buddy was probably seeing stars. Don't get me wrong. Like he got fucking flattened onto the ground. But there was no resistance, no nothing. Bo Nickel gets a round 1 knockout in the last 30 seconds of the first round. Honestly, really impressive. Like, I was thinking if there was to be any upset on this card, it was going to be Kyle Dawkins. He's been on a tear lately. Absolutely melted Michelle Pereira in like the first minute of their fight, just slimed him out. And so I'm thinking, okay, Kyle Dawkins has got some really good striking skills, and he could come in here and pull a big upset. So I thought. And Bo Nickel just made him look like he didn't even belong there. I mean, it was it was a murder. It was a slime out straight up. All these fights were slime outs. It was quite the event to watch. Got to be the best event that I've watched, and I've been watching for maybe 5 years, which I get is not too long compared to a lot of people who watch the sport, especially people that got in during the whole McGregor era, and I was sort of like post that. But even still, I mean, these two fights that started off, great, fantastic. And then another just amazing fight, just a complete demolition, Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. I mean, Chandler landed 3 fucking strikes. I don't think he threw many more than 12 strikes in the whole fight. It just looked like he didn't even belong in there. Mauricio Rufy knocked him down on multiple occasions, stuffed any takedown attempts. I think he had 2 or 3 takedown attempts that Michael Chandler went for, and they were just so sloppy and so telegraphed. I was kind of thinking, okay, just like everybody else, Mauricio Rufy he's gonna knock out Michael Chandler, or at least beat him by decision. But I thought, in the back of my head just a little bit, well, BSD sort of ragdolled him, and I know BSD is definitely better than Michael Chandler, but I was kind of thinking, well, maybe he can implement the grappling and, sort of smudge him on the ground. And I don't know what I was thinking really, because this fight just proved to me, Michael Chandler is fucking done. First round, I think it was, again, 30 seconds left in the round. Mauricio Rufy hits him with a spinning wheel kick, wobbles him. He sort of takes a knee, gets back up. And then Mauricio Rufy, I mean, he didn't even have to throw very much because these shots that he throws are just so heavy. And he just batters Chandler. No other way to say it. Absolutely smoked him. And I mean, I think, and it's sad to say because I do think Michael Chandler is very entertaining. I think most people can agree, even though nobody thinks he is an overall good fighter anymore, because he's just out of his prime and fucking old and slow and kind of fucking shit. He's entertaining at the least. He got demolished by Charles Oliveira, for example, 2 fights ago, I think is what it was, if I'm remembering correctly. Still made it really entertaining. Paddy Pimblett fight, still entertaining, right? So, I mean, he's great when it comes to entertaining people. Fucking take a shot every time I say entertaining. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. But anyway, no, I mean, back to the point. Mauricio Rufy just made him look like he did not even belong in there. I mean, it was just it was brutal, honestly. It was so fun to watch. I was in the car, actually, going on my way to pick up a buddy from the airport. and I'm sitting and I'm watching this fight, and it was just so good to watch. Like, I like Michael Chandler purely because he's entertaining, but that was just despicable is honestly the only way I could describe that. But yeah, next fight, heavyweight clash, Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis. I mean, Derek Lewis he's the king of gassing out and giving up, right? I mean, like, we seen it in the Waldo fight, and it wasn't nearly as bad this fight, don't get me wrong. Like, he was in there. He was dangerous. But, I mean, he barely landed anything. I think he landed less than 10 strikes the whole fight, and Hokett landed over 100 strikes on him. Like, that is just an ass whooping to the third degree. Josh Hokett was able to take him down, do whatever he wanted to it, absolutely smothered him in the first round. And then in the second round, you know, obviously Derek Lewis still has a little bit of a threat. Like, there was a moment where Hokett had sort of, like, wobbled him on the feet. Multiple occasions he wobbled him on the feet. But he didn't really, like, you didn't see him go after it like he did against Curtis Blades, because, honestly, really smart in doing that, because Derek Lewis is the most dangerous when you're sort of rushing at him and he's able to hit that one hitter quitter type shot, his lucky fluke shot he hits every like 3 or 4 fights. You know, Josh Hokett fought really smart. I honestly thought he was going to use more wrestling. I think he only shot like 2 or 3 takedowns, and maybe one of them was stuffed. It's kind of hard to remember. I don't have the stats right in front of me, but my God, belt to ass, straight fucking whooping. Josh Hokett is the fucking man. Whether or not you enjoy his whole shtick of, you know, having these multiple personalities, it's a little weird, it's a little cringy, but it's entertaining. And honestly, I think the sport needs entertainment. Like, yes, it is a sport. Yes, it's competition, and there are rankings involved. But I love seeing the shit talking, and it adds more stakes to it. It makes everything just more entertaining, and the fights even better. That's just my opinion, of course, at the end of the day, but I feel like a lot of people aren't going to disagree with that. But yeah, Josh Hokett, belt to ass, whoops Derek Lewis, gets a knockout in the last minute of the second round, gets on the mic, and talks about maybe, you know, stopping the whole gimmick, which honestly I'm not a fan of. Like, it's fine to break character and whatever, but if you're going to commit to it, you got to commit to it, I think, because you've been playing this sort of, I don't know, fucking like BPD, multiple personality type character. And I get it, on the White House, you sort of need to tone it down, but like, I think he should stick with it, because it's kind of what made him so popular and what got him here. And just when you think he's going to be like normal, you know, he thanks Trump for the event and everything. I think he even gave Trump like a chain or some shit. Kind of fucking strange, but whatever. To end off the post-fight speech before he walks off, though, grabs the mic, and just as you would expect from Josh Hokett, he goes, he calls out Alex Pereira, from what I remember. I'm going to shama on your mama. And Michelle Obama is a man, and just fucking walks off, and that's it. And I was dying laughing, because, like, you know, you go into it, you expect him to say something like that, but then for the majority of his post-fight speech, there was nothing like, you know, like he normally would say or do. So I'm thinking, oh, fuck, like, all right, he's, you know, the UFC talked to him, he's going to be professional up here. And then he just calls fucking Michelle Obama a man, and it was hilarious. The crowd's going crazy. I'm sure that whole audience there of Trump supporters and military people just absolutely fucking loved it. I thought it was great. I hope Josh Hokett sort of sticks to this whole gimmick he's got going on, the whole Down Vato or whatever the fuck it is. And, like, yeah, I mean, anyway, it doesn't really matter, but super entertaining, great fucking fight, another finish on the card. Next fight, no, it's not the co-main event. That's the fight before the co-main event. Sean O'Malley versus Ayman Zahabi. Vintage Sean O'Malley here, I must say. I was going to say Sean O'Malley masterclass. I don't know if it was a masterclass, but vintage O'Malley. I mean, it's been so long since we've seen any sort of a finish from him. I think it's been since the Aljo fight, which was like a couple of years ago now, which is kind of crazy to think about. Yeah, Sean O'Malley beats the shit out of Amin Zahabi. Amin Zahabi's going in there, sprinting at him from across the octagon, throwing these fucking leg kicks. I don't know what the fuck Ariel Helwani was doing in this fight. I mean, I'm not complaining. I love Sean O'Malley, but part of me, because I'm a Canadian, you know, part of me was like, oh, I don't know, man. Little Canadian upset here on the White House card that could ruffle some feathers. I don't know. But obviously not what happened, and I was very happy to see Sean O'Malley just absolutely like a demon came out of him, I feel like, and he just slimed out Ariel Helwani so bad. Like, it was like a fucking right hook and then left hook from hell. He hits him with the right, if I'm remembering correctly, rocks him bad, almost knocks him down right there, and then hits him with the left, and Amin Zahabi just goes flying towards the canvas. You know, initially I thought it might have been a bad stoppage because they call it right there as soon as he hits the ground. Sean O'Malley walks off, does like a salute to the crowd. But Amin Zahabi, like, he tried to get up and he like face planted right down into the ground. Like, you know, at first I was like, oh, that's kind of an early stoppage. And then I sort of looked at it again and I'm like, well, what the fuck was he going to do? Genuinely. Like, he's going to, like, hold on to Sean's fucking leg while Sean O'Malley just rains down ground and pound and hammer fists on him. Like, it was a good stoppage. It was good. Great fight. I'm so glad to see a vintage Sean O'Malley performance. And without a knockout, like, obviously it still would have been good nonetheless. But for him to get a knockout, he's on a 2-fight win streak now. We could see that Peter Yan rematch. I mean, I think most people agree, Merab should be first in this, you know, because he's been waiting for it. And you got Peter Yan getting back surgery and fucking hair transplants and all this shit. But, you know, if Sean O'Malley jumps him, I'm not going to be too mad because that's going to be a fucking banger fight. And if this wasn't a knockout, I don't think that would be possible. I think it's kind of on the table now. You got Umar booked up fighting some, I'm pretty sure, like, unranked fucking guy. He's busy. You know, Corey Sandhagen just... Well, yeah, he lost his last fight. He lost to Merab. He didn't just lose to Merab. This was a little while ago now. But, like, yeah, I mean, we could see Peter Yan versus Sean O'Malley too. I'm kind of hoping it happens first before the Merab rematch, because if Merab goes in there and beats Peter Yan, we are not seeing a fucking Sean O'Malley versus Merab 3. I mean, like, that, like, you know how that fight would go. So I'm really hoping for, it's definitely not like by merit or like by sport, but I kind of almost hope Sean O'Malley jumps Merab and gets to fight Peter Yan for the belt. That would be amazing. 5-round fight. The 3-round fight was already just spectacular. It was an amazing fight. One of the best fights of that year. Super technical, super high level striking. But I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see where that goes. But anyway, great performance by Sean O'Malley. Like I said, vintage Sean O'Malley performance. Love to see him get the finish. And yeah, now we're going into the co-main event. This was a hard watch. I'm not gonna lie. Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane, the cheating fucking Frenchman, knocks out Alex Pereira in the first minute of the second round. This was a hard watch because it's not even like he fluked him either. You know, Cyril Gane definitively won the first round. Like, it was somewhat competitive, but, like, I think Alex Pereira maybe total landed 10 to 15 strikes. You know, it was not a great showing. He looked kind of slow out there. Just like, I mean, not kind of slow. Compared to Gane, he was sluggish. He was slow as shit. And I mean, like, there's always that threat of Alex Pereira where he's got that knockout power. But Gane just gave him no respect. Gane gave him no respect at all. He was up in there. He was boxing him up. You know, he rocked him on multiple occasions. Was pinging him, just stinging him up. And then second round, you know, Gane comes out there and just starts putting belt to fucking ass on Pereira. I was yelling at my TV. Just screaming because I'm so sad. and so pissed off that this is what I'm watching right now, because this cheating fuck, Cyril Gahn, is rewarded, after playing Tom Aspinall's head like a fucking bowling ball, gets this opportunity. And I'm thinking up until this fight, okay, Pereira's going to come in here. He's going to slime him out. He's going to restore balance. The heavyweight division is going to be saved. We're going to get Tom versus Pereira. It's going to be fucking legendary. And Gahn comes in here, and he ruins the fucking storyline. He ruined the plot. I got to be honest. It was impressive. It was good. But I cannot look past the fact that this motherfucker, even in this fight, just like every other fight, was fucking cheating. After Cyril Gahn sort of knocked down or wobbled Alex Pereira, he's throwing punches and elbows to the back of the fucking head. And Alex Pereira gets back up from after this. Like, he sort of like got like a 2-on-1 grip. He's like holding onto his leg, trying to make his way back up. Cyril Gahn's raining down punches. None of them are to the ear or the side of the head. Like, I know you can hit the side of the head as long as you're making contact with the ear. I understand that. These are on the tip fucking top of the head. Right fucking back of the head. I'm surprised Pereira even got back up, because you'd swear he was just given like multiple levels of brain damage due to the sheer amount of contact. Just these fucking heavy shots that he's taken to the fucking back of the head. It was like 15 fucking shots. Pissed me off to watch beyond belief. Fucking Herb Dean or whoever's reffing is just standing there watching. And I'm like, are you watching the same fucking thing? Because you should almost like, I know you don't want to ruin the finishing sequence, but if it's illegal, if they're fucking hitting the back of the head, you could at least give a warning. Or, I don't know, like, I think you should take a point for something like that. Like that, I mean, I think regardless, look, I'm getting a little worked up. I think regardless, back of the head shots or not, I think Gahn would have finished it pretty much right around the same point. Alex Pereira got back up after he ran ground and pound. Cyril Gahn finished him up against the fence. Decent stoppage. I can't really be mad at that, but I can't give Gahn the props that he would possibly deserve, even though I fucking hate the guy, because he fucking cheated yet again. Every fight he cheats. And so it's like, yeah, he's an entertaining fighter. He's a good striker. He's one of the few athletic heavyweights. But he's just a dirty fucking cheat. I cannot get by that. And I don't know. I guess it's neither here nor there. Shit happened. It happened. I guess we're going to get Cyril Gahn versus Tom Aspinall too. Cyril Gahn's calling for September, Paris, and Tom Aspinall is like, yeah, let's fucking do it. I'm already training. So if old Tommy boy can actually fucking see, fingers crossed he gets revenge for Pereira and fucking slimes him out, and then hopefully calls out Alex Pereira, and we can still get that fight anyway. Because, yes, I do think Tom would win, but, I love seeing Alex Pereira in these big fights, and I don't want to see him slide down the rankings and just be another jobber and just fight these random guys. Like, Alex Pereira is a fucking star, and I want to see him in these big fights. I almost think there should be like a fucking heavyweight BMF or some shit, because I think Alex Pereira would be the heavyweight BMF. Like, he takes any fight, anytime, anywhere, attempted to do the unthinkable and be the first 3-division champ, so close to greatness, and then the fucking Frenchman ruins it. What do you do, I guess? Not impossible that he can't get back to the belt or get back to a belt, but I guess we're going to have to wait a little longer to see that. Main event of the card, Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. Oh my God, what a fucking fight. If there was going to be any fight to make up for the absolute brutalization that I watched in the co-main event of my fucking GOAT, Alex Pereira, it was going to be this fight. I'm watching this with my buddy. Like I said, went to the airport, picked him up. We were watching the event, and I'm sitting next to him. And he's like, who do you got in this event? Or who do you got in this fight? And I'm like, who do I got or who do I want to win? And he's like, I don't know, both. And I'm like, who do I got? I think Ilia Topuria fucking slimes him out, under a round and a half, maybe gets out of the first round and then just whoops him. Beats his fucking ass, knocks him out cold, right? But I wanted Justin Gaethje to win. I fucking love Justin Gaethje, despite all the political shit that's been coming out recently and people calling him Juiced and Goiji. Neither here nor there. He's just so entertaining. And I've always loved him. You know, he's just this car crash style fighter, typically, where, you know, he just runs at these guys. No fucking caution. And it's just looking to scrap. And you got to love that. I mean, like, yes, it's maybe not the most technical, typically, I guess, except for this fight, because, my God, like, he had a great game plan for this fight. Usually, Justin Gaethje just going in there. You know, he's got the nickname Big Rufus for a reason. Bro's got the fucking dunce cap. Like, this guy is not usually a very smart fighter. He's usually in there fucking scrapping it out, and I love to watch it. But this fight, I mean, yeah, there were some moments where he was scrapping, don't get me wrong. Him and Ilya were going back and forth, but he was so smart. That fucking jab, that lightning fast jab and the overhand, the whole 4 rounds, Justin Gaethje was just pinging him with it, just pinging the little fucking Spaniard's head back. He had him busted up after the first round. Justin Gaethje looks fresh, looks like he just walked in there. And Ilia Topuria, I mean, you've never seen this much damage on Ilia Topuria's face, even in, you know, his 5-round fight with Josh Emmett or his 3-round fight with Max Holloway, his fight with Volk, his fight with Charles Oliveira. You have not seen this much damage on him at all. And after the first round of being in there with Justin Gaethje, Ilia Topuria, he's not looking good. Now, granted, he came back. He had a great second round. Fantastic. Got him to the ground, was mauling him, fucking, like, rocked him. Ilia Topuria rocked Justin Gaethje so bad. He was hitting these absolutely nasty fucking, liver shots, these body shots, and was just, like, pouring it on him. And, like, I'm watching this, and I'm like, okay, no, this is it. Like, Justin Gaethje is about to get slimed the fuck out by Ilya. Like, he folds him. Ilia Topuria folds Justin like a fucking lawn chair with these body shots. I mean, these are nasty. But somehow, some way, Justin hangs on for dear life on the ground. Ilya mounts him, tries to finish him. He can't. And he survives. And I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, the power of America has just saved Justin Gaethje. He's in this third round. Like, you can just tell they are exhausted. Ilya's significantly slower. You can see it. Justin's still doing the same thing, pinging him with the fucking jab, pinging him with the overhand. He's got Ilya busted up so fucking bad. It's insane. I couldn't believe what I was watching, frankly. I was so fucking happy. I was so excited because, you know, I have become a bit of a fan of Ilia Topuria, but I've always disliked the guy a little bit because he's not, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat where, yes, they've sort of come around to him. They realize how good he is, but you got that little bit of a grudge against him where he's knocked out some of these legends like Max, Volk, Charles, back to back to back. Super impressive. But you just, like, I had a little bit of a disdain towards him because of that, you know? And then fucking Justin Gaethje in round 3 puts it on him bad. Just beating him up. Like, bloodied him up, battered him up. At the end of the round, I'm thinking this is it. Like, they got the ringside physician in. They're checking his vision. And I'm thinking, no, they're calling it right here. And somehow they don't. I don't even think Ilya could fucking see, truthfully. But, you know, he dogged it out for that next round. And honestly, round 4 was a great round for Ilya. It was very back and forth. But I think Ilya won that round. And, you know, it's 2-2 going into the 5th round. I'm like, oh, my God, like, this is like 50-50 right now. Like, who the fuck's going to win? And then as I'm thinking about it, they show Ilya's corner, and he's done. He quits on the stool. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Like I couldn't believe it. Like, it's a little anticlimactic, but I kind of get it. You know, they could have stopped it in the 3rd. And then I think it was Mark Goddard, the ref, sort of stepped in and is like, we're not stopping the fight. You know, they don't want to stop the fight like this on the White House lawn. They want a fucking body. They want a corpse on that fucking lawn. They want a clean knockout. Didn't happen. It is what it is. But even getting an extra round of this was such a treat because it was such a good fight. It was an amazing fight. Like, I was just so, like, I don't know. Like, I was just so into it. Like, I was so surprised. And I think it was just, like, because of how surprising it all was. that made it so much more exciting. Like, Justin was like a 6-1 underdog. I mean, that is just insane to come out and win a fight against Ilia Topuria and, you know, finishing him. He quit on the stool, but it's a KO TKO, right? I mean, that is insane to finish Ilia Topuria. You know, Justin Gaethje has lost to Max and Charles Oliveira. You know, Ilia Topuria beats Charles and Max. MMA math says Ilia should fucking destroy Justin. And Justin, with the power of America and fucking Charlie Kirk, fucking comes out here and puts belt to fucking ass. Like, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I'm hyped up even just thinking about it now. And I'm seeing so many clips on it. And it's just amazing, honestly. It was an amazing event, amazing fight. Fight of the night, performance of the night has to go to Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria. I mean, these guys were dogs out there just fighting for the entertainment of all of us. It was amazing to see. Amazing card. Let me know what you guys thought about the card in the description down below. I mean, I think this is the best card ever. But, you know, only 7 fights. Every single one was a banger. Every single one was a finish. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that, I don't think. Like I said, let me know what you guys think. In the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, leave suggestions down below if there's anything else you guys want me to do content-wise. Make sure to check out my shorts. Make sure to check out my other videos. I'm sorry I didn't get a prediction video out there. Crazy that I did a prediction video for a Bilal fight night and not Freedom 250. That's why I was like, no, I got to do a recap or reaction to everything going on or something. Like, that's just not okay. But anyway, guys, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.